Hello, my name is Sebbi, and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Wednesday, April 12th, 2017. Last time I called the mountain home to be finished. Well, almost finished. There are a few things I like to add to it. On the one hand, I like to have some carpet in the tree museum, and I also like to have some paintings in the tree museum, and so I need to shear my sheep and craft some paintings as well as some carpet. But first I like to go fishing because my plan is to get a mending book, and I can get a mending book by fishing. So I will do some fishing each episode for a couple of minutes in the hope that at some point I will catch a mending book. So yeah, this is the first thing I like to do today, and then I will do all the other things like shearing the sheep and crafting all the things I need for the mountain home, so that I can finally call the mountain home to be finished, which would be really awesome. But then I would have the problem of being required to find a new project, because I don't think that branch mining is that interesting. I really need to do something else. Maybe do some exploring or so. I'm not quite sure. I'm really not sure what I will do next. Well, at some point I like to connect the lighthouse, the airport, maybe even the mountain home with the pass. Maybe I even like to build a railway connecting all those locations, but this might be a little bit complex, as I need a lot of iron for this project, and then I would need to do a lot of branch mining in order to get all this iron. So I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure if I will really do this. Maybe it's a long-term project. Maybe it's a project I will work on over a very long time or so. Yeah, we will see. Alright, while I'm fishing, I can tell you another story. Another super weird story. A thing that just can happen to me. No one else will ever experience this madness, but yeah, I have to go through all of this for reasons or so. I even tweeted about this, on Monday, that I feel a little bit like one of those persons in Papers, Please, who like to cross the border and have to bring all those documents and papers and all this fun stuff, and then there is a weird person sitting around and saying, nope, your documents are not in order, please go back home. 1 week ago I told you the story of my first attempt of trying to register at the new town. We have to register at the town's administration because they want to know where we live. And so I went there last week, but I wasn't able to do so because I need a letter of confirmation that I indeed have rented the apartment I'm living in. I don't know why. I guess there are financial reasons also, but yeah, apparently I, the one who just moved in, am required to bring this document to the town's administration. No, not the one who owns the apartment or so, or the administrator of this building. No, it's me, the one who just moved in, who has to bring those documents. And so I haven't had this document because no one told me about. The administrator of this building hasn't provided me with that document, with this letter, and so I had to return back home. I immediately called the administrator of this building. Hey, I need this weird letter of confirmation, and he, alright, I just mailed it to the town's administration, everything should be in order. This was last Monday. So this week, Monday, I thought, okay, now everything should be fine, everything should be ready. I haven't heard anything Negative, I think everything's good, so let's go back to the town's administration and finish this whole register process. And yeah, as I finally got there, as I finally got to the service desk person, I just call it person because oh boy, this person was more than incompetent. This person, I don't know how he survived in this job for that long, but yeah, so the first problem was, as I said, hey, I'm moving from the old town to the new town. He checked the computer and he wasn't able to find me. So yeah, fantastic. I am apparently no longer... I apparently no longer exist or so. So yeah, this was the first problem. Then he also had a trainee. It was quite a young, nice girl. I assume she hasn't said so much because I think she felt the pressure of this old and even a little bit ugly man sitting very, very close to her. So I thought, this poor girl has to endure this weird person the whole day, and he wasn't friendly at all. So yeah, this was really, really a weird and bad moment. And yeah, so I said, all right, here we go, second attempt of trying to register me. And apparently this weird old guy wasn't pleased by my a little bit sarcastic approach, because I was already annoyed by the whole system. And yeah, this apparently was not the right approach, so he already replied to me in a very unfriendly tone that I should at first sit down and be a little bit more calm. And I thought, guy, careful. I am not in a good mood right now. And yeah, so not only that, okay, now after I told you a little bit more about this weird person I had to deal with, yeah, he wasn't able to find me. This was already a great thing. And instead of trying something to solve this issue, he just said to me, we are in a hurry, there are so many other persons waiting in the waiting room, I can't do anything. And I thought, screw you. Luckily, I haven't said this, because I think this would have caused even more chaos. But yeah, this was bad. In addition to that, he wasn't able to find the document the administrator of my building, of my house, where I have rented this apartment. He wasn't able to find this. So I thought, oh no, why? Just why? Why do those things have to happen to me? And yeah, so, but luckily he somehow managed to then register me. And yeah, I said, I will send in the document again I received from the building administrator, and that's what I did. As soon as I got back home, a couple hours later, I received an email from the town's administration. This document is not in order. At this point, I already thought about grabbing a large axe and going there to redecorate their building. But yeah, I stayed relaxed, I stayed calm. What was missing on the document was the address of the one who owns this apartment. I mean, I'm quite sure this information is available somewhere in their databases, but no. The document is not in order, we can't accept this document. Alright, so I called the building administrator again. Hey, your document wasn't in order. And he replied, well, on the one hand he gave me the address, but he also replied in a little bit sarcastic way. Apparently they are in the town's administration are a little bit stupid. I haven't said anything to this, but yeah, so I then used Photoshop in order to add the address to the Wait, let me. I like to have some light blue carpet. Carpet is, I think this, no? This is carpet, 3 carpet. Yeah, I think I will do this amount of carpet. 6 carpet, is this enough? I think this might be a little bit, I don't think this is enough. All right, horse, you will stay here. And I will go to bed. Yeah, so I edited all those information into the document. I sent it back in. And yesterday, sometime after noon or so, I got an email. The letter of confirmation is in order. We have fully registered you. Oh dear. Yeah, Germany and the bureaucracy and their documents, they love documents. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. I'm happy that this problem is finally solved. But yeah, and I can only say the poor girl who had to sit all the time next to this old man. I don't think she had a pleasant day. Oh wow, just wow. At least the good thing, I also was able to register my car at the new town. And luckily, very luckily, I was able to go to a different service desk because, oh boy, oh dear. I don't think this would have ended well if I would have had to register my car at the same desk as I had to register myself. This would have ended in a rage quit or so. I don't know, but oh wow, why do those people always have to work in this position? I mean, they just abuse their power or so, and I tell you, this was not a great experience. But well, I'm finally done with this, and I hope the next time I will move to a different country or so, or I don't know. I will move somewhere where it's less complicated. And yeah, even all my other friends who moved in the recent past never had this issue. So yeah, it was obvious that it had to happen to me. Oh dear. All right. So much. Come on, horse. Yeah, horse. Get out of there. Come on. Yes, very nice. And where's the lead? Ow. Where's the lead now? Grab the lead. Jump on the horse. Yeah, so much about that. Let's talk about, or let's answer a question. Let's answer the last question from Matthew, and then I'm completely out of questions. So it's a good time. It's a good time to submit your questions because I'm really in need. I'm in need of questions. I need something to talk about. So yeah, please feel free to submit some questions. I love questions. I love things to discuss, to talk about. They can be very creative, so yeah, feel free to do such things as these. And yeah, let's do this. Oh, right, I need, no, you're not getting in there. I need some more wool. I have my mountain sheep. I have some wood in the mountain home. So I think I can get back to the mountain home and do some more decoration. Yeah, question, Matthew's question. Finally, I had a question about the virtual... Finally? Oh, I think I copied this from a longer comment. I had a question about the virtual reality lectures that you will be giving. I did not really understand how one can use virtual reality inside a classroom. Do each student have a VR set or each student get its turn? Good question. I have no idea. Yeah, I really have no idea. It's currently, I mean, yesterday I had a meeting with the chair for pedagogy, And yeah, we had a meeting about the seminar I will be giving in order to clarify some questions, some things I had questions about, some things I had some remarks, or I had some ideas, some suggestions. And yeah, during this meeting I also asked them, all right, you are teachers. How is this whole media thing going to work? Because the whole seminar is about teaching about and with digital media. And yeah, so I just wanted to know, how is this going to work, especially because I am into, as you might guess by watching this episode, I'm into video production. And if you have watched my travel logs on my other YouTube channel, on my vlog YouTube channel, then there's a lot of editing going on, or I enjoy editing. And so I know from my very own experience also with other media projects that creating media, generating media is a very, very complex process and very time consuming. And when you think back to your time at school, then you don't have time. So I just wanted to know, how is this supposed to work? And yeah, in the end, the seminar is more about what would be the best possible situation, what would be the most ideal situation you can ever dream of. And in reality, you can't obviously do those things. And I think I have more than enough carpet. Maybe. Let's see. I like to do... Okay, I don't have enough carpet. All right. But I need some... Yeah, I don't want to have this checkered pattern. I like to have those... this squared pattern, or however this can be called. Yeah, so the whole thing is more about exposing them to the whole topic, giving them an idea, and in the end they have to somehow embed the whole media part into their normal lecture, and into their normal education. And among all the other things I have to teach the pupils. So it's not that simple. Wait, do I have some white carpet left? It's not that simple, and I think it's a little bit, or it's even more complicated with VR, as you said. Schools and VR technology, I don't think they really have those things really available. And even if they would have those things available, I think it would be really complex, especially with younger children, to really get them into the whole VR thing. So yeah, I'm not really sure. And in addition, this seminar has to be developed. It has to be developed by a coworker and me. So yeah, we will see. Of course, the most ideal thing would be if you have a classroom with enough computers so that each student can use a computer and has an own VR headset. This of course would be the ideal situation, but yeah, as you said, I don't think this is really reality. And so we really need to see how this works, how we can do this. It's not easy to answer, and I will definitely keep you posted about this once we start developing this the seminar. Right now, I don't really have a good idea. I mean, there are some interesting. No, that's too dark. It's way too dark. This is way too long. This is interesting. This is quite colorful, and this is too small. This is too much spider. small. I really like something. Wait, when I do this, can I have really a large building? This would be awesome. Yes. Awesome. Perfect. This is good. Where are my torches? Here are my torches. Yeah. We need to see. We need to see how this... Alright, and do I like to have... I don't think that I really like to have a painting here, because you can't really appreciate a painting when there's a painting. I think, yeah, I just need some more blue carpet, and then I could make this in a different color. Yellow? What? I think I have some yellow carpet left. Let's try this. Maybe this looks interesting, maybe this looks just bad. We will see. We need to give it a try. And yeah, so this I really don't know. We need to see. And yeah, as I said, ideal would be to have VR technology available for every student, but this might be only possible for a private school or so, which is super expensive. This actually... Yeah, come on. This actually isn't that bad. This even is quite cool. I like this. I like this a lot. This is interesting. This is a happy accident. This is really a happy accident. I'm happy. This is cool. Maybe I can have a flower directly in the middle of this thing. No, I don't think so. But yeah, hey, this is cool. I like this. I like this a lot. Do I like to replace the ceiling with some more cobblestone? Would this make the whole thing a little bit more interesting? It would definitely make this more interesting when I replace this with cobblestone, because it provides some additional contrast. Yeah, let's see. Let's give this a try. Yeah, I hope this answers your question. We need to see. We really need to see about that. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, what else? Easter's upon us. Soon there will be the Easter holidays. I will travel back home over the Easter holidays. I will drive to my parents. It's the first time that I will drive to my parents since I moved, and yeah, it's the first time that I will try out the autobahn and the new way to get there. I need to see how this works out. I'm a little bit concerned about the actual drive, because every time I drove back home for Easter, it was not a disaster, but it was crowded. It was I think this is much better. This is a neat contrast, so I need to maybe replace this one up there. It all the time was pretty bad because it's super crowded and not a fun experience. And now, as I'm even further away from Berlin, I think, well, I'm exposed to this craziness even longer. And yeah, we will see how this works out. I will keep you posted about it. And yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty awesome. I'm excited to find out how the ride back home will be. And yeah, I think I will discuss this topic in a future episode, because we are now at the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you will be joining me in the next episode. So, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Sebbi. See you!